Wake your motherfucking ass up. This is the motherfucking morning show. Get up. Get ready. Prepare for a new motherfucking day. But guess what I seen about an hour or two ago? Matter of fact, it was about 3 or 4 in the morning. I went to the CVS and I seen this motherfucking security guard about 400 pounds blocking the door, right? First of all, he was up at the register acting like he was typing on something before he had this block the door incident. So I'm thinking, he getting some money out the ATM because he was at the ATM leaning over, but the ATM is right near the exit door. The whole time, you know what he was waiting on? He was trying to stop some motherfucking drug addicts from running out the store with some shit that they were stealing. Now, and I'm trying to get a product off the shelf that's locked up that need a special key for me to get it. I'm like, say, man, can you unlock the thing? Next thing you know, no, you ain't, no, you ain't. Now they ran through his ass like they was a motherfucking running back in the NFL. These two skinny ass crackheads down there knocked his big ass on the ground. Almost tore his ACL like he was an NFL player. And I'm saying to myself, this nigga is crazy. Nigga, CVS ain't gonna give you an award. They not gonna give you a raise. And you willing to put your life on the line for a product that can be replaced. We are living in a time where people will work on a motherfucking job and act like the job is gonna take care of them and really care about them. When you fight on the job, you're gonna get fired. If you're not a security guard with a gun and a badge that was hired to do that specific duty, you're going to get fired and fucked up. So I just want to know, why do people feel so obligated to these Fortune 500 companies that don't think shit of you? And when you lose your job, you still might see that person on the street that then stole something, and then you got to deal with them. See, I don't think that registers with people. Because the first thing they say is, oh man, I'm just trying to do my job. That's not your motherfucking job. You didn't get hired to stop theft. Let the motherfuckers walk out of that store. That store gonna keep on being open and gonna keep on selling and ain't gonna miss a beat. They got insurance for theft. I said, this nigga is a straight, psyched out, trained nigga. He got a chip in his body that telling him to put his life on the line for some shit that don't belong to him. It was fucking amazing. Then to top it all off, he stayed outside about 5 or 6 minutes. I had to go outside and literally ask the guy, do anybody else work here, for him to get his mind off of being a super security guard. And he a fucking clerk, a CVS clerk that ring you up. This motherfucker done added a job title to his duty with no money added. Be a damn fool, risk my life, and be ignorant. God damn, it's the time we living in. But this is the motherfucking wake up show. Get your ass up. It's a beautiful day, sunshine, and it's finna be hot as a motherfucker. Do me a favor. If you got some tights on, you finna go out the door, ladies, this morning looking sexy, make sure you clean that cootie real good. And if you sweat, clean it again. We don't want to smell tuna fish in the air while we out moving around. Now, we got some new news. Y'all remember that motherfucking show, Good Times, John Amos, the famous man that was named James with Florida Evans on that old show a long time ago. Good Times declines money from kids' fundraiser. You know what happened? This man's child tried to get money out of the whole world and lied about this man's health. Ooh, these kids these days is something else. She was using her daddy's name to try to get some free money. She went as far as to saying that the man is about to die. This shit was all over the internet. Good Time starring America's dad, John Amos, doesn't want any other money his daughter crowdfunded on his behalf, and now her GoFundMe has been taken down. John's daughter, Shannon, had been seeking donations in the name of her famous father, who she claims is fighting for his life in a hospital after falling victim to elder abuse and possible financial crimes, all of which John called total bullshit. Now, Shannon started a GoFundMe with a $500,000 goal earlier this month. This man's daughter was trying to get a $500,000. That's how you know right there. She was trying to get a $500,000, saying that he was fighting for his life, basically like he was gonna die. You hear this? A $500,000. Boy, your kids will do some shit when you spoil them. That's what this is. This is a case of daddy's little girl spoiling the shit out of her, and this is the payback that she give you. Now, representative for GoFundMe told TMZ that the donor's intention or honor is our top priority. However, they was informed by Mr. Amos that he wished to decline the funds raised on his behalf. So that made them put the damn GoFundMe under review and see, hold on, this might be a scam. Now, at that point, the GoFundMe had brought in $13,000 from over 300 people so far. And it was, growing and growing and growing. Now, John was hospitalized in June, but his representatives told TMZ he was never fighting for his life. And he didn't even know why his daughter started crowdfunding in the first place. It's because when you fuck a child up, they gonna pay you back with bullshit. See, this is the thing. Most kids that you spoil, they don't see that it's extra love and that you doing extra things because you just deeply love the child and you want the best for them. They see that as being obligated. They see that as being entitled. And you know what happens when they feel like when a child feel like a child is entitled to whatever that their parents have? They get possessive. Yeah, they get unappreciative. And most important, they are very ungrateful for what you do for them. See, they got some situations where certain kids, as a parent, you thinking in your mind, man, I'm doing right by my child. I just want my child to have everything. And as long as my child had everything, they going to do right in life. It ain't always true. Giving your child everything that they want doesn't always make them do the right thing. It makes a lot of them do nothing but the wrong thing because they live in life thinking that the world revolves around them. They live in a life thinking that everything that they have, they supposed to have, is just supposed to be given to them. They start to think that they don't have to earn nothing. It's just supposed to be handed to them. And when you fuck a child up like that, they got hell in the world. Most of those type of kids end up strung out on drugs and committing crazy ass crime. I've seen it. Spoiled, rotten kids, 60% of the time end up strung out on drugs. And in rare cases, they would kill their motherfucking parents. Now, speaking of murdering parents, you got somebody that, will murder their parents for money. And it's sad to say, and a lot of people don't even think that their kids would do that. They never see it coming when these situations happen. And I pray for all the people that's fucking up their kids, and I hope your kids don't try that with you. I'm just trying to wake y'all up today to let y'all know, whoop these kids' ass. Teach them the right thing. Stop letting them get away and say it's all right. The world is too fucked up in the times we living in to not prepare your child for the future. You are the preparer. Once your child leave your niche, you can't protect them 24 hours a day. You can't be their guardian 24 hours a day. You can't see everywhere they're going. You can't be everywhere they're going. So your job when they is around you for those 18 years is to properly prepare, not fuck them up. So when they get out there, they lost in the sauce. And then you wonder why they still coming back to you. Entitled children is some people of all classes and ethnic groups experience. But it seems to be an epidemic among the wealthy. Unlike households with prohibitive budgets, the children of the financially elite grow into adults who demand their parents' continued support, despite being able-bodied persons who refuse to work to support their expensive habits. Now, the following is some true stories about some adult children who murdered their parents. This how they feel. Why should I work hard as my parents to make a living when it's so much easier to kill them and take their money? That's how they be feeling. Jimmy Robinson of South Carolina is number one on the list I'm talking about. On November 25th, 1997, Terry Robinson, co-worker, was concerned when Terry didn't show up for an important work meeting. Now, they was hoping Terry had overslept. Her colleague went to the Robinsons' Rock Hill home to get her. Instead, she found the brutalized bodies of Terry and her husband, Earl. It didn't take much effort to the detectives to learn about the couple's oldest son, James D. Jimmy Robinson. Jimmy, according to close friends and family, had recently been cut off financially by his parents after they learned he was expelled from Georgia Tech for failing to complete classes. Now, you got your child in college trying to teach them that there's no limits to life and educate them to the highest of their abilities. And this motherfucker dropped out of class. But you know why he dropped out of class? Because they had fucked him up his whole life and he had got on drugs at a young age. And when drugs come into your life, that's your class. That's your life. You don't give a fuck about where you're going. You're just trying to constantly get high. So Jimmy fellow students explained the failed classes were due to one's budding math genius addiction to illegal and prescription drugs. He was addicted to pain pills and cocaine. Now, with the help of his girlfriend, detectives put the pieces of the puzzles in place. Now, it showed that Jimmy was angry at his parents' refusal to give him money to support his habits. So this motherfucker killed him in a fit of rage, induced by snorting crushed Ritalin to inherit that $2.2 million estate. Now, Jimmy was convicted of his parents and sentenced to death and got a nerve to continue to appeal his sentence. To this day, this motherfucker still appealing, thinking he gonna get out for killing his parents. Hey, people, do your kids right. Do yourself a favor. Protect yourself for the future so you can still be here. Because if you don't, you never know what might happen. You want to make sure that when your child leave you, that you gave them every opportunity in life to be successful. You want to make sure that you gave him every instrument to play the musical. Just tune in to the Wake Up Show. Until the next time, do something with yourself. Do something with your life. Just might be somebody one day. Nickel.